All right. I hope I was done. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, another Facebook Live. That's why I love live because there is no taking it back. Just like life, once it comes out, it's not going back, right? And if you're married, have children, have friends, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate from the lovely state of California, the OC. We have Maria Hill. Also, I call her the marketing queen, but she is the VP of marketing. As you can tell, our studio audience loves you. So, Maria, how you doing today? What's going on?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing over there in Nevada?
Nevada, where things are wicked bada? No, things are great here in Nevada as well. Can't complain. So today we're talking about because we're finally doing something that we've been talking about for a while. Maria, myself, Lorette, Troy. We're bringing everything together into something called "Is Your Net Working?" A little play on words, but it's about what I teach, what to say, your daily schedule, what you do, what Maria teaches, marketing, and branding, and then also what Lorette and the whole education department teaches, which is education and the CRM and the VAC and all the stuff that we have. So let's get right into it if you're ready.
I am ready. Let's go.
Let's roll. All right, so it starts off with, oh, and by the way, let's just set this up too. I will be doing this talk. I just did it in California at the Rancho Cucamonga office and the Anaheim Hills office. Jenny and Brock, awesome turnout. You were there. It was a tremendous, it was really good turnouts, and I think people got a lot out of it. Next week, I'm in Arizona, Monday in Sedona, Tuesday and Wednesday at the Camelback office, the new training room there. The beautiful building is done. And then I will be on Thursday. I will be at in Prescott, okay, doing this exact training but expanded version. So what we're talking about, we still go through the types of lead sources: your sphere, farming, for sale by owners, expireds, open houses, social media. We go through things like I talk about how often you should talk to your sphere, and then Maria, you get into what they also should do with their sphere. Let's say with marketing and the VAC, if you want to take it over.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we really like to focus in this particular training that you're doing is making sure that our agents are using our company paid resources, right? So everything that you're reviewing comes with a platform that we have available for our agents to use. And so it's really just making sure that in 2025, are you using something that's going to help you generate more leads? And so one of the things we dive into is our CRM programs, right? We have a lot of agents that are paying $75, if not more, for CRM programs where we have two company paid CRM programs. We have BHHS Connect, powered by Bold Trail. And then, of course, we have our virtual agent center that has an amazing CRM program as well. So both of those platforms are at no cost to our agents. We're just really wanting to make sure that our agents understand that we have CRM programs available. And it's so important for them to utilize a CRM program to generate leads because we have so many systems that are put in place that we review during this training. If it's either drip campaigns, if it's neighborhood reports, market reports, there's all of these different kind of systems that keep our agents top of mind. But again, I think this training that we're doing right now is just making sure that, hey, do you have your foundation covered, right? Do you have everything in plug and play format, right, for 2025 to really generate some leads for you? Because I think in 2025, agents are going to be looking for those leads. And unless you have some of these systems in place and working for you, you're not going to see those leads coming in. And again, we're just a reminder for our agents is that we are relaunching our BHHS Connect here come March 24th. So you guys are all going to get an email. And if you haven't seen our amazing education department in action, here's a great opportunity for you guys to get in and learn about BHHS Connect and all the cool things it can do to help generate leads in 2025 for you.
Yeah, that's such a great point, and I know, what we say is whatever CRM you're using, but I will also say that a lot of agents I've been coaching, and top agents that were using other CRMs, no names mentioned, you guys know which ones I'm talking about, have converted all their people into the VAC and BHH Connect because first off, you're paying for it, like you just said, and secondly, it's slick, it's good, it's very the marketing is incredibly good in there. And like I was just on the phone this morning with Shauna and Jenna Felly, and Shauna made a good comment. She said one of the reasons I love using the neighborhood report is it doesn't give them a value for them to get mad at you, whether it's higher or lower. It gives them the last closings in there, and they can come up. They have to look at it. They have to read it. Then so it doesn't set you. The way it's done is very professional. So you're not in a hole or whatever. Because sometimes when you give a value or even a slight range, it irritates some people and it turns them off. Where here, you're just giving them all the information. So little things like that. And I think the way,
Yeah.
like you, go ahead.
And I think the VAC allows them to have systems put in place for them, which I think every agent needs. You guys are all so busy out there looking for that next lead. Why not have our two CRM programs put some, systems in place for you? I think because we also in this training show you how to group and hashtag, right? So you can do email distributions based on purposes, right? I think that's super important. We also make sure that you understand how to input, right, all of your information into your CRM, so the next time you talk to them, you're right in the know of what's going on in their home buying or selling process, or the last time you talked to them, what was important to them. There's reminders in here, which I love, is because again, via the mobile app, you have documentation of your conversations you have with each and every one of your clients. It's so hard for you to keep all of that here. It's so great to have a system in place where again, you can set up a next task, a follow-up reminder to make sure, hey, I talked to Rick today and I told him I'm going to talk to him in 3 more weeks. Put that in your notes, and it gives you a reminder. So again, just putting some systems in place to help our agents generate new leads in 2025 is a must. So I love that you're doing this in your training. Again, right after, we talk about contact management system in your training, we go into farming. And I know we talked a little bit about geographical farms, demographic farms, and how to go after that. I know you're reviewing that during the training, but we really tie our design studio into supporting all their needs when it comes to marketing. Our design studio is a full platform that's customized with 12 new marketing pieces this first quarter we just put in there for. So again,
Yeah.
we show them, and again, you'd be surprised, we have a lot of offerings, right? We have a lot of great resources, a lot of company paid tools, but a lot of agents aren't using them. Maybe they didn't need them at the time that we were launching it. So I think your program that you're putting together for them right now is just reminding them of all the tools and all the key things that they need to tap into to gain market share this year, right? To get new
Yeah.
listings. And our design studio is allowing them to not only create social media posts, listing presentation, postcards, flyers. I mean, and it's all at no cost, and it's completely personalized to them. So I think just reminding them of all these resources is just a great way to start off the new year.
Yeah, and not only, I mean, what you were just talking about, frequency, like there are really 5 or 6 lead sources. Very few people work them all. So which ones are you going to use? Which ones will you go into the VAC and set up, or BHH Connect, or both, depending on what you're looking to do, right? Frequency of how much should you talk to them, what you should say, all of this stuff is what we're going through. And really the point of this whole thing is we're gonna show you how to create, develop, maintain your own leads, so you're not reliant on anybody. Because as you notice, as the business changes, Zillow changed a few years ago. That became a lot tougher. Hey, TikTok was down. I mean, some people were doing business from TikTok. It was down for 24 hours. People were having, heart attacks. What if it was down for a month? What if they closed it down forever? So you have to have your own CRM, your own way of doing it. And obviously with the company, it makes the most sense. So you're developing, maintaining, calling laws are changing, as we all know. So if you're developing, maintaining, and creating your own database, no one can ever take that from you. To me, that's the most important thing. And you have all the tools to be able to do that right here.
Right, and I think even in your training class, you're covering expired, you're covering FISBOs and things like that, and I think that just ties into reminding our agents some of the things. Send a neighborhood report if you're going after expired or FISBOs, or go into we have a new function in the VAC that is the exposure report, which is amazing, right? It's a really cool looking report that you can use for FISBOs and expireds. And I think when we were at the Anaheim Hills office, Jenny shared with us 2 of her agents that actually marketed and went out there and blanketed with the neighborhood reports and, for example, this property exposure report, and generated leads. So I think,
Yeah.
again, coming to your classes and just reminding them on how to go after expireds, what we have available to go after FISBOs and things like that are key for them to takeaways as far as what they're getting out of your class.
Yeah, and if I'm working my farm, what tools should I use out of the virtual agent center or BHH Connect, right? If I'm working expires, Should I call them? Should I go door knock them? What should I say when I'm there? Am I in violation of anything if I do either? Right? Same with, to me, the easiest appointment on the planet is a for sale by owner. And a lot of us don't take advantage of that because that's a tremendous source of business. I'm telling the world. And I know the biggest excuse is, hey, we don't have them in my market. Every market has for sale by owners. Don't lie to yourself.
Well, the other thing is not only just as expireds, I think just having a plan. And what a lot of agents forget is that on the VAC, we have letters and we have an entire campaign that you can use for your expired or even for your FISBOs. And then remember, we have Percy, which is the BMA report, which is a great report because there's a reason why their property didn't sell. And there's a reason why. Again, you have to provide that kind of information to your clients. And so we have those two reports right in the VAC that you guys can pull. And then again, I think you were also covering in your classes open houses. I think open houses, again, is a great way that agents are generating open houses. I've been seeing all the activity at open houses, and I mean, they have a lot of traffic going on in open houses right now.
Last 2 weeks for sure.
You
Yeah,
know, I know
Larry.
this weekend in the desert, in Palm Springs and Indian Wells office, we're doing a huge open house extravaganza. And that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You'll see that all over our social media. I think we have also in Nevada, we have some agents like Danielle Hess, and I think there's 5 of them doing a real fun Win Big Super Bowl open house this weekend. I just got some really cool looking videos that we're going to share on social media. But I think, again, in your training, you really cover the tools that we have in the VAC that allow them to have a very successful open house. If it's either using a QR code, right, because they have to have that sign in. And the cool thing about the QR code is that it drops those people that are walking in that open house right into your CRM, where then you can turn around and send them up on a drip campaign, right? Because now that
Exactly
you're
right.
not in front of them, how are you going to stay in front of them, right? How are you going to stay top of mind, right? And give them more information, like a neighborhood report after that open house. And it's by using some of these tools that we have in the VAC. Again, QR codes come a long way right now, and they pretty much are available for you guys sitting right in the VAC. I've even told in my class yesterday at Scottsdale, I was telling them, hey, you guys need a QR code and you just don't have the time to look for it. Shoot me an email or anybody in marketing, and we'll send you your single property website QR code. We'll send you your open house QR code. You name it, we'll send it to you to make sure that it's on all your pieces for your open houses.
And just think about that. Okay, so my little joke is an open house is simply an excuse to prospect, right? And will turn into a free retail store for you if you do this right. And everything you just mentioned, like they come in. How do you get them to sign in? Well, the QR code's the easiest way when you explain all the benefits they're going to get. Plus, they get loaded right in. I remember the days of the 1 through 31 accordion file. Everybody was on a little piece of paper. Now, 40 years later, it's unbelievably organized. There's no excuse for you not to have everybody that you're currently working with or will be working with loaded up in the VAC. I mean, let's call it, it's a CRM, but it's a really slick CRM with all the marketing stuff that you want already set for you with templates and so forth. I love the design studio too, because whoever's in there last leaves something tasty, you can take it and use it. Put your current picture and information, because that stuff just keeps growing and growing as people use it. So think about it. That's why, to me, I love the open house, because it gets you doing a little of everything, right? If you go out there and you knock the neighborhood, you need a flyer from the VAC, you're going to do that, right? Then you have the open house. And by doing the open house, you should be doing social media. Here's a commercial of my open house. Here's me out here door knocking, talking to neighbors and so forth. So not only is it you inviting people to come, you're also showing everybody in your network what you do to get a home sold, right? It's an unbelievable event to use everything from marketing to scripting and everything to get you in the groove of doing all the stuff we're talking about, right?
Right. No, I agree. And I just feel like this new training that you're providing the agents is just reminding them again is lead sources, right? Are you using the 6 that we feel that we know that are generating business for our agents? And if you are, do you have the systems? Do you know enough about the systems, and are they working for you? And I think if they come to this training, they get a good overview of it. They walk away knowing who their resources are and who they can contact, because we're available Monday through Friday. Of course, we have a 1-800 number that our agents can call, and we do Zoom meetings all day long, just helping agents just get on one of these lead sources and putting a system in place so, again, they can generate another lead this year in 2025.
Yeah, you just also reminded me that Lorette Mormon heads up the education department. She also she started a website called isyournetworking.com. So all these videos, like if you come to the training and you go, oh, how did they put them? Then you go to the video and you watch the video and it shows you how to do it. She's constantly updating that too. So come to the
Yep.
training and see what we do. Talk to Maria and get yourself. Like 'cause let's face it. If I people always ask me, what would you do if you got back in real estate? There's so much in. I mean, is it the brand is so good the way it is and all the stuff we have in there? What you need is your current picture and information, okay, loaded up in there. Then eventually, Maria, if they want to do their own brand within the brand, that's when they can sit and talk to you. But I would say get in there, use what's already in there first, exhaust all of that, which there's plenty in there. Then when you want to have your brand, I think you can have your conversation with you and tell them a little about that, what's involved with if they want to do that as well, please.
Well, I mean, the branding again is different for every person if they're needing that branding done. But one of the things I think that we're really trying to do also this year is making sure that our agents know that we do a lot of things for them automatically. And so again, our social media for one is a hot topic right now, right? And again, meeting with some agents yesterday, I was letting them know, do you know that, we have platforms put in place that can be all done for you. All you have to do is sit with us one time for 10 minutes and let us set you up between Soci and A Social and Agent Icon. We can have social media, automatically done for you. I mean, and it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, agents love that, right? Agents love a couple things, right? Automation, do it for me, and at no cost to me, company paid, right? So those are the four things they love. And so we're really just trying to make sure our agents tap into marketing. Call us if you have not put your social on autopilot. Let us sit with you for 10 minutes, put all your systems in place. And then again, if you want to add all of your additional features to social media, you can. But again, one of our big things is making sure that they know that we can do all of their social media for them. Again, it just takes 10 minutes to connect with marketing. But then again, you were just talking about branding. And I was meeting with a few agents yesterday that, they've been with the company for 10 years and they never have branded themselves. And that's fine because they branded themselves with Berkshire Hathaway, which can't get any bigger than that.
Right.
But again, some agents like to have their own look and feel to their pieces. So they sort of differentiate a little bit. So we'll sit and have a nice consultation with them and we'll let them know what we can make available for them. And we pretty much help brand them across the board. So if they don't have a package look, if they don't feel like, their pieces look like they're ready to get out there and take some listings, we will definitely sit with them and help them do that. They can do that with any of our marketing people in the offices.
Absolutely. That's great. Yeah. So think about this now. The 6 lead sources, your sphere, which everybody should be working, farming, expireds for sell by owners, okay, social media, and active open houses. So those are the 6. What to say, frequency of how much you should talk to them, where you should put them in the VAC, the options based on the lead sources you're using, tying in the social. So you got digital branding, you got social media, and you've got what to say and do at the same time with your own particular plan based on what lead sources you want to work. And it's also contingent upon what your goal is, like how many transactions do you want to do. We even go through the math on how to do that. All right. So it's a pretty good program, mixing everything together, I think, bringing it all together, because let's face it, I don't know if you've noticed, Maria, but it's definitely the last couple of weeks, the market has definitely picked up. It's already getting into gear early. And that's even before the interest rates start dropping, which I believe we all believe that's going to happen. The question is when. But even so, the market's kicked into gear. The election's over. People are like, okay, I'm getting at it. I'm not going to wait forever. Okay, because if they do wait forever, let's face it, I mean, there are way more people that can buy and move than homes available, right? So people need to realize that when the rates change, you're really going to see that. Just like at the end of COVID, when people went crazy for like 18 months, it was ridiculous. I don't know if it'll get back to that, but we know something good is coming. So great. So any final words you want to leave these lovely people? I really appreciate you taking your time out today.
No, I'm just excited that they, joined this call if they did. And we just want to make sure they get to your next training class because you have a lot of information that you're sharing with them on their lead sources. And we're here to support you guys for whatever you guys are needing.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Look forward to working with everybody. And once again, any marketing questions, please refer to Maria Hill. All right. And thanks very much for your time today. We'll do this again in the near future.
Thank you, Rick.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it.